Wait, that weren't a dream. We actually won a game. Oh my God. Nah, chat, I am so happy. Nah, United. That game was a roller coaster. We never do things easy. I should have known. I should have known better. At 2-0, I knew this wasn't done. Brother, it went off to the most brilliant of starts that it could have ever happened. Red card after what, 5 minutes at Sanchez. Chelsea fans were trying to tell me that they found their goalkeeper. They don't need a goalkeeper after Sanchez's last couple of games where he's been pretty decent after 2-3 years of him being poor. They tried to tell me he's the answer, and then within 5 minutes you couldn't write it, bruv. Mbeumo goes through 1-on-1 after we started very fast, which is what I was happy with. This is what I wanted. I wanted intensity. I wanted speed. I wanted attacking. I wanted us to be the ones that take the game by the scruff of the neck to Chelsea, not sitting back in this defensive formation. No. I said today's the day where if you are going to change things around, Amarin, you need to start showing, bro, that this is the game where it begins, because we don't lose to Chelsea. The last time we lost to them was 2013 at home. That was the last time we lost to them at Old Trafford. So if you'd lost then, I even saw at the start of the game, we were 17th after 4 or 5 matches played. If he had lost this record of not losing to Chelsea since 2013, as well as being in the relegation zone after 5 weeks of Premier League football, he'd have to go. So the way we started, I was delighted. Mbeumo goes through, and Sanchez, I don't know what was going through his head, just absolutely wipes him out. Red card. It's Stonewall. I don't even know why the ref even took so long. And at that point, it was a weird one because I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know to get excited, off my seat, or just stay back and stay calm, because this is Man United in the last 2-3 years that we're talking about. This is a Man United team that came 15th place. This is a Chelsea team that are the world champions. Like they keep loving to tell us every single day. So I didn't even know how to feel in that moment. But again, like I said, it was the best start that you could have hoped for. I grabbed it with both hands and said, all right, cool. Let's see what we do now. Now, Chelsea are going to have to sit back, and it showed with their subs. They subbed off Esteval. They subbed off Pedro Neto. And I think after about 20 minutes, they subbed off Cole Palmer, which that one surprised me. The first two, obviously, you've got to get a goalkeeper on the pitch. You've got 10 men at Old Trafford. You have to try and hold on for as long as you can. So I understood the first two changes with Esteval and Pedro Neto having to come up. But Cole Palmer, your only creative spark, that you saw how he played against Bayern. He was their best player. That was the only player that walked away from that Chelsea defeat against Bayern Munich with any sort of credibility. And you subbed him off. Crazy. Mad. To me, that was crazy. That just said to me, you've already accepted that you've lost this game and you're not trying to get no injuries, because to sub Cole Palmer, your only attacking outlet, is mad. But cool, game carries on. I don't even know who was it. I think it was Dorgu who headed it on, and then Bruno from a set piece just runs in like a Portuguese Frank Lampard, just fires in at the front post, gets it 1-0. And at that point, I'm thinking, okay, now we've got our goal. We've got the goal that can settle the nerves. They've got down to 10 men now. They've subbed off their most creative player in Cole Palmer. This is a good chance now to take the game away from Chelsea. And at first, I thought you were doing that. Casemiro then gets on the goal sheet. Another header back stick. I think it was Luke Shaw that headed it on towards him. Whoever it was. Great header, 2-0. At that point, I'm thinking it is done, because I'm not going to lie. When I did see the lineup at first, I thought Luke Shaw, 2025, what's he still doing here? Casemiro, he hasn't got the legs in midfield. But we'll get to Casemiro. But Lemens, we bought Lemens and we're still playing Bayern did. Like, there was a lot of iffy things I saw in our formation today. So I wasn't completely satisfied with the lineup, but it didn't even matter, because after that red card from Sanchez, he literally just said, Manchester, here's the game. Here, take the ball. Here is the game. 2-0, and at that point, we're cruising. I'm starting to think, okay, we're 2-0 up against 10-men Chelsea, who have taken off all of their attacking threats that really should be able to hurt us. This is a good chance to get some goals for certain players who need certain confidence boosts, like your Sesko's and them, man. But no, Manchester United, of course, we have to do things the hard way. Of course, we don't make it easy for ourselves. Casemiro already on a yellow card. And a lot of people, when I was watching it live, was telling me, it's not a second yellow, it's not a second yellow. He gets the ball. But for me, it is a second yellow, because after you grab the player, even if you get the ball after, you've already slowed him down by illegally grabbing hold of him. So I didn't even care that he got the ball after with the tackle. You've already committed the offence where you've grabbed him. So for me, that was a very, very, very silly decision. At 2-0, cruising, at half-time, you didn't need to do that. And because of that, Sesko ended up getting taken off at halftime. And so now, and all you know, the memes are going to come flying in. All of them are going to be flying in, which is annoying. But like I said, Florian Wirtz, 006, no one's talking about it. But when it's Sesko, you want to mention 006. Allow it, man. Agendas, allow it, bro. But cool. He gets subbed at halftime. And at that point, I'm thinking, okay, now it's 10v10. So Chelsea are in a position now where they don't have to sit back. They're 2-0 down against a team with the same amount of players as them. They have to go for it. So I already knew that second half was going to be a long second half. We didn't really create much. We was obviously trying to take the sting out of the game by keeping the ball, but we wasn't really attacking with the same intent like we did in the first half when it was 11v10. So at that point, I just said, you know what, just keep it at 2-0. And we take the points and we run. But no, of course not. United never do things easy. With 10 minutes left, Trevor Chalobah, of all people, gets his header onto a corner. 2-1. And with 10 minutes left at that point, I'm shaking. I'm fearing the worst at this point, because we don't defend Leeds. You've seen us in the last 2-3 seasons. The PTSD was kicking in heavy. And then I see 7 added minutes. At that point, I'm thinking, oh my goodness gracious me. If we can see, there was one moment where I think it was Reece James crossed it in on the right-hand side, and on a wet surface after all that rain, Bayindir doesn't get hold of it, and he pushes it towards the edge of the penalty. I think he pushed it towards the penalty box. Doesn't clear his danger. And he was lucky it ended up going to a United player. But that was probably the most nerve-wracking last 7 minutes. I just needed the victory. We just needed a victory against a good side. World champions for a reason, they say. We just needed a victory. And I'm just glad we got it. So now I'm just hoping we can just kick on from here. My only concern is when it was 10v10, we didn't look convincing. I thought Cunha, when he came on, looked very good. He looked very good, but other than that, Mal obviously came on, had a stint. Also, shout out Bruno Fernandes, 100 goals for Manchester United from midfield. Why does this guy always get slandered? Whether you like him as a footballer or not, he always turns up. And for me, he's my man of the match for today. Because even when Sesko got subbed, Bruno ended up playing up front and he was unbelievable. So for me, it's Bruno Fernandes. I'm just so gassed we won, fam. Chelsea can hold that, bruv. All you rival fans that were there ready. Not today, baby. But like I said, smash a like on the video. Drop in the comments below who your man of the match is. Guys, we just hit 60,000 subscribers. So big up everybody for that. It's been unbelievable. The growth in the last couple of weeks has been incredible. You lot are smashing it. So please smash a like on this video. Let's keep the flow going. But rival fans, you can hold that one. Oh, rival fans, hold that. We're back!